here today. We'll see if the Temple Owls can take care of business versus a USF team that started out the season, Rennie, 7-0. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now, so they would like nothing more, obviously, to come here to Philadelphia and get on the winning side.
Well, absolutely. Talking to the coaches last night, talking to the players, they just want to right this ship, and they want to do it today with a win on the road.
Jake Stone gets things started for USF, kicking off. And Temple's going to start from the 25-yard line here to begin today. Rockwell Armstead. How about last week's performance for the Temple Owls? Spectacular. Over 200 yards and 6 touchdowns, Rennie.
Yeah, on 30 carries. And now the amazing thing is, Mike, Rockwell Armstead has been playing with a bad ankle all season long. It didn't show last week against Houston. I love his effort. I love how he runs downhill. He's my type of running back. Look for Armstead to have a big game today.
You and I talked to him yesterday. He's come a long way since his days here at Temple when he first got started. And the first play for just a couple yards to Armstead. And what does that mean when he first got here to where he is today? What did Jeff Collins tell us about him?
Well, it's unbelievable. I mean, he's matured so much. He's a leader of this team, and I love talking to him yesterday. And it's funny, he said, yeah, his ankle feels pretty good, but his hand's hurting him now. And that's the thing as a running back. You'll see those hands wrapped up, those helmets, the face mask going at the ball gets hit on the hand a bunch.
All right, so Anthony Russo has come onto the field now for the Temple Owls, who is a guy that took over for starting quarterback Frank Newtile, who's a graduate student at the beginning of the year, and this sophomore has a ways to go now.
And give Frank Newtile credit. He's really done, you know, a lot of guys when they lose that starting job, it can turn on you. Not Frank Newtile. He has been there for Russo, really helped him out, but boy, Anthony Russo, big kid, strong arm, 6-2 since he's taken over as the starter for Temple.
From the shotgun on second down, it's back to Armstead as he tries to stretch it out. He's going to lose 3 yards in the play, and the Bulls up front, led by Khalid McGee that time, the weak side linebacker, makes the tackle.
Well, and that's what they need to do, run to the ball. They know they have to tackle well this week. They haven't done it well this year. Good job by McGee setting the edge on the outside. You force Armstead back in, and you get a lot of hats to the football.
Third down and long, opening series, and the pass is dropped. Ventel Bryant was the intended target and wouldn't have got far had he caught it anyhow. And it's punt time for Temple, 3 and out on the first series of the game.
Yeah, nice job by the USF defense. Exactly what you want to do to start the game, come out fast. And they did that.
Tyree McCants awaits the kick from Connor Bowler. After the penalty, Bowler's kick takes a bounce. McCants able to corral it. That could have been dangerous. And Randall Jones is right there in his face for Temple. But it's going to be pretty good field position. How about Blake Barnett? Not a lot of people can say they've already been through all this at 22 years of age. Married Maddie, has a son Brooks back in March, graduated from Arizona State, and of course under the grad transfer rule, he was only a junior. He's able to come right here to USF and play right away.
Oh, by the way, he's got a national championship with Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, the great thing about Blake Barnett is that eligibility. He'll be back with USF next year as well. He had 2 years of eligibility left.
That's the thing the coach has said with this offense. Although he is an unbelievable quarterback, it still takes some time to get used to what they want to run here. Jordan Cronkright with a couple yards on first down. Now, Barnett, as you alluded to, won a national championship. He was an unbelievable quarterback coming out of high school, was ranked the #1 pocket passer by ESPN, and he went to Alabama to begin his career.
Well, and you got to remember, too, he only got to USF in May, Mike. Didn't start taking reps, obviously, till camp in August. At that time, it was a 3-way race for quarterback, so he's still learning this offense.
Second down and 8. Barnett's first pass of the day is caught, and it's McCants, who's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. When he was at Alabama, there was a competition there with him and Jalen Hurts, and we know where that went.
Yeah, Hurts ultimately won that job, and Blake Barnett moved on.
Third down and 2 on the ground. It goes to Cronkright. He's got the first and more. Jordan Cronkright down the sideline. USF, and he is running out of bounds inside the 5. Almost had a touchdown, and the Bulls are in business.
Yeah, and with that run, Jordan Cronkite goes over 1,000 on the season, and look how fast USF is going, Mike.
First and goal. Cronkright, and he's stopped for no gain. Let's go back to that long run. What happened there? He got that hole off to the left side.
Yeah, Cronkright, the Florida transfer. Good speed, good blocking up front by USF. And I like how Cronkite bounces that outside, and it's first and goal, now second and goal.
Second down, and they try to flip it up the middle there from Barnett, and they'll gain inside the 5-yard line, getting some of the yards back lost from the penalty.
It's a little shuffle pass there. They try to get that defense going sideline to sideline. Good job by Temple reading that. Getting up there, making that tackle, Sean Bradley.
Now Cronkright again to the right of Barnett. Here we go. Barnett flips it out. Cronkright, he's got it. Touchdown. USF scores it. Helped out by the 49-yard run by that guy to get him down to the 2, and they cap it off with a 6.
Yes, old-fashioned straight option here. Blake Barnett, a better athlete than people realize. He holds it to the last second. Very good job by him. Nice toss to Cronkright. In for the score.
Eighth touchdown of the season. And the extra point, and Kobe Weiss is good. 7-0 USF here early from Philadelphia. And their opening drive goes for the touchdown. We'll be back. Their opening drive went for a touchdown.
Just what Charlie Strong wanted, right? 6 plays, 60 yards, 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Before that, the defense starts the game with a 3 and out. Couldn't have scripted any better if you're a USF Bulls fan.
High kick, but it's going to land around the 7-yard line, and here come the Owls on the return. Look out, Isaiah Wright. Right across midfield into Bulls territory. Second in the nation is Wright with total kickoff return yards this season, and you see why.
Well, and Isaiah Wright is the one player when you talk to the Temple coaches that say we need to get him in space, and that's why. He's a dynamic athlete, great speed, and he's a bigger guy, too. 6'2", 220 pounds. Good in the return game. He needs to have a good game today, catching the ball as well.
That was 47 on the return. He's up to almost 800 return yards this season, and the Owls are in business. Armstead, again, picks up 3.
And to show you his toughness, he played some outside linebacker this year. They had some packages for him. They've only pulled him off that because he's been a little banged up with that ankle and now with those hands.
Armstead, and he's going to be taken down the backfield for a loss. What a play. Josh Black was in there, and he's been in the backfield a lot this season.
The senior defensive end, he's leading the team with sacks and TFLs. He had 9 coming to this game. Make it 10, Mike, as he gets in there from that right defensive end spot. You know, a lot of times you run zone away from that defensive end. You think you can get away from him, but boy, Josh Black just showed you some speed coming downhill there, making that tackle on Armstead.
Well, it puts Temple to 3rd down and 10. They change up Armstead now to Rich Ravato, who's in the backfield. Russo's pass, and right at the first down marker, it's caught, and it is going to be a first down catch made by Bryant.
Yeah, and Ventel Bryant, he's a kid you're going to see on Sundays. Shows you his experience as he runs that route past the first down marker. He knows he's going to get hit, but he catches it past. Forward progress gives him the first down. That's a perfect route run by Ventel Bryant.
Now back to Armstead, and no gain. Going back to that play you said, that's it. It's the forward progress. You got to make sure that you catch it right there by the stick, because you're going to get pushed back.
How many times we've seen kids, right? They stop short, about a yard short of that. You know, They come back and they don't have it. That's experience there from Ventel Bryant.
How about the sun coming out here today in Philadelphia? It's had a great day.
Beautiful football day. 45 degrees, sunshine, perfect.
Second down and 10. Play fake, Russo guns it over the middle, and oh, what an amazing one-handed grab. It's Chris Myrick, the tight end. Save that one.
Well, I guess Myrick's okay. What a catch. Gets that big right paw up there. Boy, and you know, the safety thought he was going to be able to intercept that ball, but Myrick pulls it in.
Back to Armstead. And shut down after just a 1-yard gain. Wow, what a catch by Myrick.
Yeah, great concentration. Looked like it might be an interception. Number 19 for USF thought he was going to have it. But yeah, Myrick pulls it down. As Ronnie Hoggins Jr. has been all over the place this year. Thought he was going to have an INT. Myrick says nope.
Rich Ravato in the backfield. Russo fakes to him, floats it up in the end zone. It is deflected and knocked down by Mike Hampton. Nice play there as they look for Brandon Mack.
Yeah, good coverage. I tell you, both corners, Mozzie Wilkins, 23, and Mike Hampton, number 7, they're good corners. They're physical, and they're going to have to be today against the wide receiving core of Temple.
That's the 12th pass breakup of the season for Mike Hampton, who leads that category for this USF defense.
Only a sophomore, right from Tampa, Hillsboro. Easy recruit.
Helped to prevent a touchdown, and now it's 3rd down and 9. Russo. And nobody home, really. Good coverage there. It was intended for Bryant, but he had no chance.
Yeah. Good protection. Russo steps up, but you said it, Mike. Great coverage all the way around by USF. And that'll force the field goal attempt. Now, again, dare I say it, with Temple, they love to fake. So always keep an eye out for a fake. Russo, the starting quarterback, is the holder.
Correct. It is Will Mobley. Going to be a 29-yard attempt. And it's off the upright. So no good on the 29-yarder after Temple had their best drive of the day. And that's got to be frustrating for Coach Collins and company.
And you're at that far hash, and Mobley thinks he's got to hook it in, and he just overdoes it. You know, it's like turning over a 5-iron if you golf, and all of a sudden you pull it, hits that left upright, and it's no good.
For you living in Florida, you should be able to do that. Don't you have that down by now?
Analogies from Florida, but yeah, just tried to overkick it. It looked like Mobley and pulled it.
Came over the top.
Came over the top.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, so it stays a 7-0 lead for USF, and Blake Barnett, after a 12-play, 57-yard drive for Temple, and they come up empty. Now Johnny Ford for the first time today for the Bulls, looking for running room and picks up 2 yards. Ford's a very powerful and speedy back, even though he's only at 5'5" and under 170 pounds out of Miami.
Well, he'll run between the tackles, but he's that scat back they like to get outside. He's a true freshman out of Miami, playing well this year for the Bulls.
Barnett airs it out, looking for Bronson, and incomplete. Coverage is there step for step by Benny Walls for Temple.
Well, that's the matchup you want, though. That safety and coverage. Get that receiver to the outside. And I like the fact that they're taking those vertical shots, and Blake Barnett shows you he can put it out there.
Well, Barnett can also run, too. The guy's got 8 rushing touchdowns on the season, so he gives them another added dimension if the pocket breaks down.
You talked about it, right? He was one of the top-rated pocket passers in the country coming out of high school, but he's very athletic as well.
Jernard Phillips was in motion. Pressure on Barnett. He's going to be sacked. He will not get away from that. And Quincy Roche, 4th sack of the season for Temple, and he has some help as well.
Yeah, Roche, 90, Dogby 9, just great pressure up front. Gonna send a little blitz there as well. Graham Mobley, and they get to Blake Barnett for the sack.
And Barnett is limping a little bit coming off the field. He goes right down to take a seat.
Yeah, well, it looked like his leg might have got rolled up on that sack, and he's been hampered by a shoulder injury. He missed last game with a little sprain in that AC joint. He said the shoulder feels good.
Right, muffs the punt, and he's not going to be able to get back on it. Or does he? USF had like 5 white jerseys. They've got it. They've recovered it. And it's Chris Barr.
And that's just one of those ones where, boy, Isaiah Wright, you just got to concentrate and bring that one in. You know, a lot of punters now, returners, they try to catch the ball with their hands above their head. To me, I'm old school. I think you basket catch it. Sometimes that ball comes in so fast, you get those hands up there, and it gets muffed by Isaiah Wright, and USF is in great field position.
They definitely are. First down and 10 for USF from the Temple 21-yard line. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Cronkright for a couple inside the 20. Slow start here for the Owls. You know, their first 2 drives had -2 yards. They go all the way down the field. They miss a field goal. In danger of going down 2 scores here early.
Senior day, a lot going on, an early start, but boy, we talked about it in the open. They're still in this thing in the American Conference, but they're off to a sluggish start.
Under 30 seconds to go, first quarter. Cronkright again. And that should be the last play of this first quarter, unless the Bulls want to hustle up here. And they will not. So 15 minutes of the books, and USF, who was on a 3-game losing streak, trying to snap that here today against a team that is still keeping their hopes up for a chance to be in the title game of this conference. Second quarter when we come back. Second season. Love what he brings to this program, says Rini. No fear, attack success. And it's an entitlement-free program at Temple. What does that mean?
I love it. He treats all the players the same. You know, he said something yesterday. He'd rather take a 2- and 3-star guy with that chip on his shoulder than a 5-star guy that doesn't want to work hard. And that's that Temple tough mantra.
Blake Barnett at USF. Pass is incomplete. Tyree McCants. He actually was able to corral it, but was out of bounds when he possessed it. And that's going to be 4th down now for the Bulls, as the second quarter is just underway, and Coach Strong thinking maybe a missed opportunity here, but hoping to get 3 on the board and make it a 2-possession game early.
Still need to take advantage of that Temple miscue with the muff punt. You got to get points on the board here. See if they can knock it through for 3.
Kobe Weiss, 35-yard attempt. And it is through. So 10-0 USF here. 10 seconds into this second quarter. On this Saturday in mid-November, as we get down to crunch time, this game huge for the Temple Owls, trying to keep their hopes alive to get to the American Athletic Conference title game. They got to win today. They got to win next week at UConn, and they got to hope for some help with UCF tonight at home against Cincinnati. And then a USF team next week. They got to lose both of those games.
Sometimes the problem is when you know what needs to be done and it plays out, not just this week but next week, you maybe lose focus on what you need to do right here today, right? And that's the #1 thing for Temple. Get going and try to get this win today. They're down 10-0 early. Listen, they got to get Rockwell Armstead going. They have 18 plays already, Temple. 18 offensive snaps, Mike, minus yards. I mean, got to get going.
He's been completely shut down. Now, the start of the season kind of went the way you're talking about the early part of this game is going. They lost their first 2 games of the year, Temple did, and people are thinking, what's going on here? We knew this is a very good football team, and they've responded.
And Coach Jeff Collins told us that. He goes, I didn't panic. I knew we were a good team. You know, I think the Villanova upset really scared a lot of fans. Buffalo has turned out to be a much better team in the MAC, but I really love how they've turned it around.
The Temple still in the hunt, back on offense now, down 10-0 for Armstead. Another thing I like with Coach Collins and this group, too, is that when you look at their game notes, instead of it saying a 2 deep, they call it above the line. They list everybody that has a potential ability to play at each position and shows the depth of their roster. Russo on the keeper, and that's not going to be much there. And the above the line just shows you how many different guys, you know, here it is. I think it's great. You know everybody that's going to be in the lineup. Even the offensive line, it's not listed there by position.
The only people that don't like that are ones that have to make depth charts for games, you know.
But I list everyone on my depth chart.
Do.
This helps me. It's a 3rd down here for Temple. Big 3rd and 6 early. Russo's pass dropped, incomplete. And I say big play here early because that's going to be now the third 3 and out here by this Temple offense. The time they did move down the field, they missed a field goal, and they're struggling here offensively.
The thing I'm most impressed with early on in this game, no doubt, that USF defense. Brian Jean-Marie's got them playing aggressive, and they said they needed to come out, and they're flying around with the football. One thing that this USF team always has is they have athletes. They're a little undersized this year, but they can run to the football, so they have to take advantage of their attributes. They're doing it well early.
McCants lets this one bounce. And the Owls will take the roll down just inside the 20, and we'll be right back. Less than a minute and a half into the second quarter. USF on top. That's a gift to Ford for USF. Johnny Ford, the freshman at 5'5". A compliment to Jordan Cronkright, the junior at 5'11". Back to Ford. Dashes his way for a first down. Gets up to the 28-yard line. Nice run.
And you see his shiftiness there. He's quick. He can change directions on a dime. Get Johnny Ford. And by doing so, he picked up that first down.
And here's Ford bumping it to the outside, and it's going to be struck out. And the tackle made by Jaquise Thomas. And you always got to be careful when you see that come down like that on the head area.
Yeah, I mean, he's up high, but it's not a horse collar because he's around the front of it. And that's the issue when you're a smaller back like Johnny Ford and you got a physical safety like Jaquise Thomas coming downhill. Thomas is usually going to win that battle.
Second down for the Bulls. And it's back to Ford, who breaks through again and has another first down.
You know, and you look at that offensive line of USF, Mike, only one senior, Eric Mays, the left tackle. Other than that, pretty young up there.
Well, they are. They are trying to build it back up here as this catch is made by Phillips. Not much happening there, no gain. Back to Johnny Ford, a freshman running back.
Talking about young, a true freshman, and he's quick through the hole. You love that. Low to the ground with that 5'5", 168-pound frame, and not afraid to lower those shoulders. I love his quickness through there, and he's a very good compliment to Jordan Cronkright, the other back.
Well, they brought in Deron Bell now. Just the second game of the season, the redshirt freshman, 22. He's in the backfield now on a second down play. And it is Bell. Shifty as well, and spinning his way up to midfield, and that's going to be another first down. How about the extra effort in some of the jump cuts that we've seen by these backs?
No, I mean, someone must be in Bell's ear saying we're talking about Johnny Ford. Bell says, listen, I got some moves as well. Watch this little back up field, juking a couple guys. Nice compliment of backs for USF.
And back to Bell again, and it does so again, breaking free through the middle. And rips off about 6 yards.
You know, and Bell, I think he said it, Mike, you know, only 12 carries, 69 yards for the season coming into this game. So when you don't get a lot of carries and you get in there and you're a freshman, you run hard, you want to show your coaches, hey, coach, give me the ball more.
And this time he's going to trip and fall down in the backfield, losing yards, back to midfield.
Yeah, I think the Eagle got him that time.
Yeah, the Eagle. Exactly.
The Eagle in midfield tripped up. Deron Bell, and coach said, all right, I've seen enough, come on.
Collins drumming up some of the world champion mystique here.
Yeah, this is the money down here for Temple. Third down, third long, you have to get off the field if you're a defensive unit.
It's 3rd and 9. Does Temple bring the heat? Now they'll rush for Barnett. Airs it out sideline, and the catch is made by McCants. Over the top, laid it in there perfectly, and it's a first down for USF.
Yeah, a little rubber on the outside. Tyree McCants going to wheel it down the sideline. What a ball by Blake Barnett to drop that in the bucket to the senior wide receiver.
And now it's out to Phillips, who makes the catch. gets some blocking, and he trips and falls down to the 25-yard line. Job on the outside there.
And the thing with McCants, number 8, he is a wide receiver, although he looks like a fullback. He's 5'11", 240, but he can run.
Now it's back to Ford, and out in front blocking is Barnett. Barnett leading the way, and Ford gets down to the 2. How about the effort from the quarterback, Blake Barnett, to lead block? Wow, USF has a chance here to go up 17-0. Let's go back to that last play. What are you seeing here on this development?
First off, I love the vision by Johnny Ford to bounce that to the outside, and then Blake Barnett, the quarterback's going to get out in front as well. They fake bubble screen. The wide receiver, Jannard Phillips, is out in front as well. Great blocking, and then you see Delvon Randall, number 2 for Temple, comes up. Is going to take Blake Barnett out low.
All right, here we go. First down and goal for USF. It is Ford, and he is it. Touchdown, Bulls. Or checking Cronkright, excuse me, on the score. Jordan Cronkright has it for USF. And they are on top here big time early with just 2:27 to go.
And Cronkright's a little bit more of that downhill power back. Gets behind those pads. That 207-pound frame. Look at him just keep those legs churning. I love that out of a running back. Get across that goal line, Jordan, and he does it right there. And boy, USF Bulls look good in this one.
That's a second touchdown for Cronkright here today. He led off the day. Just over 3 minutes in with a touchdown. Does it here again as they got down to the 1-yard line. Extra point by Kobe Weiss, and it's 17-0 USF. Well, that's the end of the half. Coach Collins and Temple, they need to win out this game and next week at UConn. So far, not a great start here. 30 minutes in the books, down 17-0. We'll take a timeout. Bulls in command here. Halftime from Philadelphia. Stay tuned after the break for the halftime report. Chris Cotter, Jim Moore, Emmanuel Acho after this. Welcome back to the American Athletic Conference on ESPN. Today from Philadelphia, the Temple Owls and the USF Bulls. We get ready to start the second half in a few minutes. 17-0 USF in command here on the road, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. How important is this for Temple? They're trying to win out, and they need UCF to lose out to have a chance to get to the American title game, Rainey, and it's not working out so far, at least here in the first half.
Again, right, you need to take care of your business first and foremost, and kind of sleptwalk through that first half. But, I mean, give credit to USF. I mean, they've lost 3 in a row. They came out guns a-blazing, especially on defense, and they look good thus far.
Well, let's take a look at some of the first half highlights and how we got to this point. You talked about the defense, USF. They have been outstanding, but then on the offensive side, they're making plays.
Yeah, long run here. Cronkright gets them going. Great blocking up front. They're going to cap that off with another little option play to Cronkright. Now, the muff punt was huge by Isaiah Wright. Leads to 3 points for USF. And again, another long run, this time by the other back, Johnny Ford, a little scat back. And they're going to finish that off with another rushing touchdown by Jordan Cronkright. The power. And USF just looks good, Mike.
First half numbers, you talked about the 1 turnover there, but Temple's a team that averages a pretty good amount of yards on the ground. And look at it today, 31. You don't expect that, especially with a guy like Armstead, who's been amazing this year.
To me, this story has been the defensive front of USF. That defensive line is undersized, and boy, they've really played well today. I'll see. Curious to see how Temple comes out here in this second half. And you know Jeff Collins got after them, and let's see if they play with a little sense of urgency here.
Bentley Sanders and D'Angelo Antoine back to return the kick from Will Mobley for Temple. And USF's going to start with the ball, too, to begin the second half as well. So 17-0. And the ball. Not a bad job here as they try to snap a 3-game losing streak and upset the Owls. They're going to try a short kick. A little trickery. Temple's got it. They recover it. Oh, what a job. Brandon Mack able to get it off the leg of Mobley.
I tell you, Mike, though, the receiver for USF was calling a fair catch. You have to give him the opportunity to catch the ball. Good job by USF to get there This should be interference. This should be USF's
The
ball.
ruling on the field, the receiving team member signaled for a fair catch. Kick catch interference, kicking team. Spotted the foul, 15 yards, first down, USF.
I mean, it's a great job. You see two USF guys getting there, but clearly the fair catch was given by the USF player. I believe it's Chris Barr, number 1, is in position to make that catch. By rule, you have to let him catch it. That's kick-catch interference. You cannot jump in front of him and intercept the onside kick attempt.
Excellent observation by you there, Rini. You called it. You're all over it, and that's tough because they seem to execute it perfectly if you're Temple, but
yeah.
You got to give that guy a chance to catch the ball.
As great as Temple has been on the trick plays this year, boy, give USF credit. They're ready for him, right? Wow.
So Blake Barnett and USF now have the ball at the Temple 40-yard line to begin this second half with already a 17-0 advantage, and the Temple defense up front trying to shut down Cronkright, which is a difficult task, but makes a nice play there, and that was Michael Dogby.
And Blake Barnett has not pulled the ball yet in zone read at all. I got a feeling this second half we might see it 1 or 2 times, or he pulls it out of the belly for a gain.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Don't forget about that option. He's got 8 rushing touchdowns on the season, Barnett. Guy that averages 270 yards through the air. And there it is, right on top of it, Reedy here. Boy, you had your coffee here in the halftime. You know, come back out in the second half, you're ready to go.
But nice job by Chappelle Russell, though, to limit it to just 2 yards. Number 3, the outside linebacker. There's a kid that's really kind of like a comeback player. Has torn both ACLs and playing well for Temple this year.
Forgive me if I call you Tony Romo here in the second half once or twice, right?
No Tony Romo.
Cronkright in the backfield. Third down for USF. 3rd and 8. Barnett, same deal, but he stumbles, and he's going to be close. Let's see on the spot, just a little bit shy of the first down marker, which is at the 30. And you would think that they would go for this here.
You're right on the edge of Kobe Weiss's range, and they're going to go, and they're going to go quick.
Barnett wants it. Get to the Cronkright. Cronkright has hit the backfield. The extra push at the end, and this is going to be close. Where do they spot it? They need to get to the 30. Well, this drive started exactly the 40-yard line, so if you touch the line, it's a first down. If not, Temple football.
And the line judge was coming in short of that 30-yard line, which would be a first down for Temple.
Short of the first down, Temple football.
I thought I saw some push there at the end, though, that might have got him across the 30.
The runner was short of the line to gain.
Russo. And the pass incomplete. There's a lot of contact there, but nobody had a real chance at it. I agree with you on the tempo. I think sometimes when you're sluggish, you're taking a little bit too much time. You're getting no rhythm going. I mean, you're not going to go UCF speed, but you got to get going here.
You need that big play to jumpstart. You know, you see Anthony Russo's numbers not great at all. Off target, only 9 and 19, but they need that play to get that spark going here.
Second down, Russo, and he's got a man. That's Bryant, Ventel Bryant, who spins away from the defenders. He was knocked down, and now they're going to blow the whistle. One of the line judges here says he was down at the 36. We'll see what they end up doing here, but Bryant, an amazing catch.
Yeah, regardless, it's a great catch as he climbs the ladder.
On the field, the runner's knee was down. First down.
Yeah, and his right knee was clearly down. It's a good job by the line judge, but look at Ventel Bryant climb that ladder. That ball was behind him. He makes the catch. Give him an A for effort to try to stay up. But to me, that right knee, when he swung around, touched the ground, it'll be dead right there, but what a great catch. Yeah, clearly down, Mike.
Yep, good job there, guys. First and 10, though, from the 36. Keeper Russo, and he loses the football when they say he's down. Flags are down. The play's not blown dead. Recovery of the ball is Brandon Boyce, and he's going to take it in for a touchdown. Kelvin Pickney, 96, runs it back. Let's see if it stands. That's Pickney, the defensive tackle, the big guy rumbling. The play was not blown dead, but we've got multiple flags down on the field.
I didn't see it in real time. I don't know if we had a horse collar.
Before the fumble, personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Wow.
That's the horse collar's bigger brother, the face mask in front, you know? Yeah, you saw Russo go down. Yeah, good call. Clearly a face mask. Yeah, you see the turn there as well. 56, Jawan Brown.
I don't know whether his knee was also down as well,
Yeah.
you know, before the ball came out, but the face mask will take care of all that.
Face mask will supersede it all.
Yep. So Brian Jean-Marie, that's a defensive coordinator right there for USF.
Used to wear like a highlighter outfit, but now he just wears the hat. He said his defensive signals, all the offensive teams were watching him as well. So he's trying to get out of the way.
Armstead on the carry. Yeah, you don't want to draw too much attention to yourself, right? What about Armstead today? I mean, you had mentioned earlier you thought the offensive line would have got a little bit more push for Temple here.
I think that's what they need to do in this second half. Listen, establish the run, but you got to win up front. And when you got a back like Armstead running as hard as he does downhill, got to get him going.
Out to Armstead in space. Raquel Armstead. That's a first down. Setting up 1st and goal for Temple inside the 5-yard line.
And I love that out of Armstead to catch the ball out of the backfield. Good job by Russo. Put it on him right away. Let him square those shoulders and run. It's getting a little chippy out there, but it's the time of the year where it's going to get chippy. It's football.
1st and goal. Armstead gets hit. Gets down to the 2 and he's corralled there. Back to the 14-yard run earlier after the catch by Armstead.
Yeah, I like how Russo puts it on him, lets him square the shoulders. Good blocking by the receivers downfield. And 1st and goal for Temple.
All right, so keep an eye on the big guy, the fridge. Freddie Booth Lloyd is in, 99.
Oh, by the way, he has 3 touchdowns this year, so they will give it to him.
On 3 carries from the yard out. Let's see if he's got it or is going to lead block here for Rich Ravato. It's Rich Ravato, and he stopped at the 1. 3rd down and goal upcoming for the Owls from the 1-yard line.
This is their heavy crew. Dave Patno, the offensive coordinator, told us, you know, you got Freddie Booth Lloyd, 330 pounds. You got Rich Ravato, 240 as well.
Look at this setup. 3rd and goal. They flood the left side. Russo dumps it off, and the catch is made, but shy of the touchdown.
Mike, that was Mozzie Wilkins. What a tackle to come up and keep him short of the goal line.
And it was Dan Archibong that made the catch, who's another defensive tackle that they have on these offensive sets. And you called it, Reedy, saving the touchdown, the Bulls there.
And not to be Captain Obvious, but 4th and goal, huge play in this ball game.
Temple has pulled out all the stops, but it hasn't worked. They're at the 1-yard line, 4th and goal. Armstead's back in. Armstead gets the call and gets the touchdown.
Well, he had 6 TDs last week, his first today, and this one's the most important because this gets Temple on the board and gets him going.
How about bringing in the big guys?
Yeah.
Okay. You got Freddie Booth Lloyd there, 99. You got Dan Archibong, 95. You use Rich Ravato. You bring in Armstead. Finally, 4th and goal, touchdown.
And I like 4th down. You go to your big back. Raquel Armstead, he knows where the goal line is. He smells it, he sniffs it, and he gets it in for the score.
13th touchdown of the season for Armstead. Good for top 10 in the nation. And he finally gets Temple on the board. The Owls with a little bit of momentum and something to cheer about now in the 3rd. Raquel Armstead, number 7 for the Temple Owls. Star running back finally gets them on the board on a 4th and goal. And it's now 17-7, jumping around a little bit now on the sidelines.
Oh, by the way, Armstead over 1,000 on the year as well. The 11th Temple player in history to hit that 1,000-yard mark. Nice to do it on senior day for him.
That's right. Came out with his daughter Raquel. And on the return is Bentley Sanders for USF. Gets a hole, cuts it back far side of the field. And Sanders still on his feet. Will be knocked out at the 47-yard line. On a return, though, by Sanders. Johnny Ford, nothing there on that carry.
You talk about the turnovers coming into this game. Temple was 111th in the nation and giving the ball away. 2 more turnovers today. That has been one issue that they need to fix dearly next season, and Jeff Collins knows that.
Yeah, not a great number when you get in the 100s there. Only 129 Division I FBS teams there, folks, and it's not a stat you'd like to be proud of. 2nd down and 10. 8 minutes to go in the 3rd. Again, Ford ripped down to the 41. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 4. That was Jaquise Thomas with the tackle.
Yeah, he wanted a face mask, not getting it. It's been Thomas every time that's come up. And taking on Johnny Ford, he's doing an excellent job. Great tackling in open field, open space.
Third down now for USF. Pressure coming. Ford, the carry. And again, it's going to depend on the spot. This is what we had the last time. It was just shy before. This one is a first down. He has it. Yep.
Yeah. And USF's ready to go on the ball.
Stack formation by the wide receivers now for USF. Oh, they mishandled the exchange on the handoff to Ford. The ball is loose. Temple's got it. And it's Quincy Roche that recovers. And the Owls are back in business.
Yeah, right after first down, you try to run zone read. The mesh isn't there between Blake Barnett and Johnny Ford. Huge opportunity for Temple as they take back possession. They trail 17-7. We'll be back on the other side.
Crazy sequence here over the last couple of minutes. 17-7. USF is leading Temple. Temple has the ball back here after we just had 3 turnovers.
Let's take a look. 3 turnovers in 1 minute and 27 seconds. The unbelievable interception by Delvon Randall started it all. Then Hagen says, well, 1 play later, let me take it back. And then we just saw the zone read bad exchange. And just like that, 3 turnovers, 1 minute and 27 seconds in 5 plays. Just your regular football game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's now Armstead on the carry for Temple, and he's going to gain about 4 yards on first down. Boy, how about the range of emotions that happen there, and if you're an offense or a defense, being ready to go back on.
Don't get comfortable on the bench, right? Because you're on, off. Get ready to go in this game.
Armstead's going to line up in the slot now for Temple. Russo looks over the middle. It's got a wide open man. It's Sean Ryan for the first time today, and Ryan has it down to the 34 to Temple first down.
The coaches really like this young man. He's a true freshman out of Brooklyn, New York. They said he's going to be a great one. 6'4", 195. He's going to build onto that frame as well. Nice pass and catch there between Russo and Ryan.
Temple spreading out the Bulls now. 5 wide. Now it's going to be Armstead lining back up in the backfield. Just over 6 minutes to go. He gets the call, and this is what we've seen a lot today. He's been shut down, not too much. And go back to Ryan for a second, who just made his first catch of the day. And really, the praise is even higher than that for him. I mean, they were saying that they think he could be the best wide receiver that this place has ever had. Well, where's he been today? I mean, they really haven't went his direction.
Yeah, I just think because he's a true freshman. You know, although the upside is so good, you're still easing him into the game plan as a true freshman.
Now Russo guns it for Kenny Yeboah, and that's the tight end. He's got it for a first down to the 23.
And we've gone 3 plays without a turnover, so we got that going for us.
How about the energy right now for Temple on their sideline in the stands here? A chance to cut this to a 1-possession game.
Night and day from the first half, right?
Rob Retrovato is in, and he gets the call. Into the 17-yard line goes the senior.
They call him Nitro.
Yep.
5'11", 240. Out of Westchester, PA. Kind of does it all. He'll run the ball. He'll catch it. Good lead blocker as well. My kind of back.
Love that name, right? Retrovato.
Retrovato, yeah. I like Nitro, too, because he's got that energy. Of course, he's Temple tough. He's wearing number 4, a single-digit number. We know what that means. You're a tough one. Got to earn that number.
Russo. From the gun, the pass, incomplete. Dangerous there as Greg Reeves had a hand on it, trying to get it to Myrick, the other tight end. 3rd down and 4 now, so you got to come away with some points, right?
The USF defense has played well, though. Even on that last touchdown, right, for Temple, it took them 4 downs, right? They had to pound it in with Armstead on 4th and goal.
3rd down. Russo's thrown for 165, as you just saw, with 1 interception. Remember, Temple also missed a earlier field goal from inside 30 yards, so could be a 7-point game. Now on 3rd down, Rich Travato, and he is stuck right at the 16-yard line by Greg Reeves again. Got to go for the field goal here, right?
Yeah, they're right away. Jeff Collins says we're going to try to get the 3. But boy, what a tackle by Greg Reeves, the middle linebacker. Haven't called his number out. Number 4 was a safety in high school, earned a scholarship a year and a half ago, and boy, he met Rich Travato right in the hole there. Stop him.
It's going to be a 33-yard attempt now on a 4th down and 3. Will Mobley trying to make it a 17-10 game. And this kick is through. So it is a 7-point ball game now. USF at a 17-0 lead. The Owls are coming back. How about that? I love that. A Temple Owl here today from Philadelphia. And it's 17-10. USF still hanging on to some.
Owls are Raptors, man. They freak me out.
Wow.
Right. There are a lot of them down in Florida where I live.
You gotta be careful.
Well, I got a little dog, too, baby. You know, I'm worried the owl's going to come grab me.
Yes. Well, that's why you got the pool enclosed and everything.
No, I'm talking about I'm walking down the neighborhood.
Oh, down the neighborhood.
Scare me.
Look out for the Owls.
That's right. Look out for the Owls right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They're playing a lot better here.
Yep, 10 unanswered points. A squibber. It's picked up at the 20-yard line. And USF go to the wrong direction right now. And the momentum certainly on the side of the Owls. That's about 4 seconds in between plays, and it's back to Bell again. He gets 4 yards. You always going into these games with USF and UCF.
Yeah, you want to make a fan base mad?
Yes.
Mess those letters up between UCF and USF.
But this is looking like the other one now, the way they're running the offense. Catch made by Mathis. And that's Jacob Mathis, the tight end for USF, and that is a 1st down again into Temple territory.
Yeah, and you like the speed, right? USF's running at, getting some running game right between the tackles, and they come back with a short, quick, intermediate pass. Barnett is running this offense very efficiently.
Cronk right in the backfield as they change it up. He's got the ball, and he is taken down. 2 yards. You mentioned it. Cronkright is a junior, transfer out of Florida. He's coming back. We've seen 20, Johnny Ford, true freshman. And then we've seen a lot of Deron Bell today, a redshirt freshman, 22. I like this running back combination they've got.
Young up front, young with wide receivers. Their big tight end, Mitchell Wilcox, you know, haven't really called his name out today. He's back as well.
Second down and 9. Give to Cronkright. Nothing happening there. All right.
Well, and this is where that defense, they're just pinning down. Now 3rd and long, obviously a passing down here for USF. You know, I haven't really seen Blake Barnett roll out much, but I'd like to see him maybe get out to a side, flood a zone, give him a little run pass option. But he is very comfortable in the pocket.
5 wide. Empty backfield. 3rd and 8 for the Bulls. The pass over the middle is caught short of the 1st down by Mathis. And it's going to set up a 4th and 3 at the Temple 41-yard line. What do you do?
You punt it here, but that's where Mathis, showing his inexperience as a sophomore. You catch that ball, you got to know down and distance. You got to catch it and fall forward. He starts to get vertical or horizontal across the field. You lost a yard, and you can't pick up the 1st down.
You think if he got maybe another yard or 2 that they would have went for it here?
I think it would have been more for them to think about for sure, yes.
Flag is down. Fair catch called for and made at the 16-yard line. Let's check the flag.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. 5 players were in the backfield. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down, Temple.
All right, so they'll take it on the back end. And we've got 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Pass over the middle. It's Broderick Yancey. Yancey eluding defenders down the sideline. And it's going to step out at the 49 of his own side. And that is the final play of the third quarter. Longest play of the day for Temple, 28 yards. What a quarter. A lot of action, a lot of turnovers. The Owls, though, have got the momentum back on their side. Randall on a pick. Touchdown finally by Armstead. It's a 7-point game as we head to the fourth in Philadelphia on ESPN. 15 minutes of football left in Philadelphia with the Temple Owls and the USF Bulls, 17-10. USF still in front. All right, here's what this means for Temple. They need to win out. Going to win today, going to win at UConn next week, and they need UCF to lose their final 2 games, have a chance to play for the conference title.
Well, it didn't look good in the first half, right? But it's a different Temple team that's come out here in the second half, and they got a quarter here to try to even the score and then go ahead and get that first win of the 2 that they need.
Russo, pass caught by Yeboah, and the tight end is about 4 yards shy of the first down. Yeah, it's always more fun, right? When you do your job and your part, and then you get a chance to go home tonight, watch that awesome Cincinnati UCF game, and kind of cheer for the Bearcats if you're a Temple Owls fan. But that's providing they get the win, as you said. 2nd down and 4. Russo is out. Look at this formation. Be a direct snap here. And a handoff to Bryant. And the direct snap, it was actually the 3rd-string quarterback, Centella, that was in. And then Vento Bryant, but they didn't get anything out of it.
Well,
so
that's one of the elite 8. Jeff Collins says they have 8 elite plays on offense, crazy formations that they put in there with offense coordinator Dave Patnode and try to run one there, and USF isn't fooled.
So it's a big 3rd down now, 3rd and 5. And it is Russo. Got it in. First down catch. Bryant gets a couple blocks. And Ventel Bryant will keep the drive alive. And the Owls are inside the USF 30.
Now Anthony Russo shows you his arm strength right in the pocket. Little zip on that ball to Bryant. And the run after the catch.
I know you don't like the way he's holding that football there.
I hate that. Tuck it away high and tight. Do not be waving that thing around. You're asking for disaster.
Now the catch is made by Mack. And he is going to be ripped down, but not before he gets to the 16-yard line. That's another Temple first down.
And you're starting to see a few missed tackles, right, that you didn't see in the first half by this Bulls defense, and that's been their issue all season long. It's starting to creep back in here in the second half.
Well, and it's been happening when Temple has gone quick, like you've said, to kind of keep them off balance and use momentum on their side. 1st and 10, Russo. Heads up, and he's going to be taken down and dropped back at the 20-yard line. Rashawn Yates.
And another true freshman. Yates, a big defensive tackle out of Port St. Lucie. He's going to step up. Russo was going to try to run, but Yates said, no, I'm going to shut that door.
And that's what USF needed. Just a play that kind of gets Temple off schedule a little bit. 2nd and 14. It's Armstead. Going to stretch it out, and they've been ready for him all day. Ronnie Hoggins on the tackle for the Bulls.
I'll tell you what, Vincent Davis, 14, true freshman nickelback. He was fighting off a block there as well and got a piece of that tackle. Nice job, young man.
Armstead's longest run today has been of 22 yards. But that's out of the norm of what we've seen today. For the most part, he's been held to 4 or 5 and less.
Yeah.
That's maybe 3 and less. 3rd down, 3rd and 12. Russo, and that ball is deflected and dropped. It was Khalid McGee that was covering that time on Isaiah Wright. So now a 7-point deficit, Rainey, and
you kick it here.
Yeah.
I mean, you
gotta
kick
go
it
for the field goal.
Yeah. I just, 4th and 12. It's a no-brainer here. You got to kick this. As much as they love to fake it, I just, man, I would cringe at a fake here.
It's going to be Will Mobley to attempt a 36-yarder. Made it from 33 just a little while ago, late in the third. This kick is up, and it is good. So 17-13 now. Temple inching their way back. The deficit is only 4 with a lot of time left in the fourth. Trying to hold their teammates back here on the sideline. Temple within 4 now. 17-13. Still a lot of time left to go in this fourth quarter. Stored away.
Those guys are having a good time.
On the kickoff return from the 15-yard line. This is D'Angelo Antoine, and stretching it out. They'll be brought down to the 25-yard line. So today with the running backs, that's Ford. Got Cronkright, Johnny Ford, Deron Bell. Good effort today by this Bulls offense, but now they've stalled a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
they have.
Race out to a 17-0 lead, and all of a sudden the Temple defense playing much better, and it's a 4-point ball game. Barnett going deep. McCants, and it's incomplete. Think about that guy running down the sideline, Rainey, number 8, Tyree McCants. This guy's 240 pounds, 5'11", the senior.
Yeah, look at that lower body. He looks like he should be a fullback, and we talked about him a bunch. He's had a great senior season, but he can run, boy, even with that build.
And it looked like he had a step.
Yeah.
Third and 7. Barnett. Look out. Try to escape, and he will not. Quincy Roche from behind on the tackle, and it's going to be 4th and 5. Punt time for USF.
And that Temple defense has really stood up on those third downs here in the second half. And give defensive coordinator Andrew Thacker credit. He's changed it up on him. He sent some blitzes. Sometimes he doesn't. He's just changing it up. And that defense much more aggressive here in the second half.
Here's the kick. Right. Chance at a return. 35-yard line. Heading to the sideline. Has blockers in front. Isaiah Wright. Look out. Inside the 20. That's a touchdown. Isaiah Wright. He muffed a punt earlier, has the second most return yards in college football this season without a touchdown. Now he's got a touchdown on a 73-yard return for the score, and Temple is in front.
And we talked about it earlier. The coach has said Isaiah Wright's the guy we like to get the ball in space. No better way to do it than on a punt return. Sometimes you can outkick your coverage. That time, Isaiah Wright caught it. Had a lot of space, got some great blocks on his way to the house, and this is a different Temple team in the second half, and just like that, the Owls lead it 20-17.
Temple has the lead, 20-17, thanks to the punt return for a touchdown by Isaiah Wright. 73 yards. They're jumping around out there.
Pretty exciting. You know, throw a coach up there as well. Bounce him around. Really has been the tale of two halves.
Well, hang on tight, though. 10:05 still to go in this game, right?
And we've seen a lot of things.
USF jumped out to a 17-0 lead. It's been 20 unanswered points by Temple. Bentley Sanders back to return the kick. Oh, it goes off one of the USF players, and Temple has recovered it. Deshaun Winston recovers it off the up man for the Bulls. That is a live ball, and Temple has it back.
Yeah, unreal. As bad as the first half as Temple had, they're having a much better
Please adjust the
second
game
half
clock to 10 minutes, 3 seconds. 10 minutes, 3 seconds on the game clock.
And I mean, you're not trying to do that. I mean, you're trying to do a line drive, but you don't know it's going to hit an up back like that in the chest and bounce back. I mean, when things start going your way, they go your way.
Well, went off of Jeffrey Ferrara that time, who's a linebacker. They're in on special teams, and take a look at it. That's the takeaways there. The hashtag get the ball board, the whiteboard of the sidelines, and they are starting to really write on that now here in the second half.
They get to write their Twitter handles. That's what they're writing on there.
High snap. Now, smartly, a tuck and run for a couple yards and make it 1 because he slid.
And 2, keep the clock moving, right? You're under 4 minutes now. You want that 4-minute offense. I know Temple's done nice with their tempo. Go ahead and, I think, gear it down now. Slow it down. Use this play clock and keep it going.
Bryant limping off the field, and he did so in a hurry so that the clock didn't stop.
Yeah, you don't want the official to see you banged up, right? Because he's going to stop the clock. Nice job. Good heads-up play by Ventel Bryant. And Temple is going to use some play clock here.
That's trying to play for your team right there and keep things rolling. 3-point lead, 3.5 to go. Tight end Yeboah was in motion. They give it to Armstead. And this is exactly what Temple needs to do, just try to use some clock here. But you got to be cognizant, though, Rainey, as it's now 3rd down.
Well,
and if you don't get the first here, I mean, this is what has to happen for Temple to try to get a chance to play in the American title game. They got to win out, and need UCF to lose both games.
And here's the thing with this play. If you pass it, if you're Temple and you don't get it, it's incomplete, clock's going to stop. But you're running here, you're at least going to, and you don't get the first down, you're going to force USF to start using some of those timeouts.
Temple is 4 for 15 on 3rd down today. 3rd and long. Russo's pass caught by Mack, and he's got it. 1st down to the 37-yard line. That was huge with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go.
Yeah, Brandon Mack's a wide receiver, but he's almost got a tight end frame. 6'5", 215, 220 pounds. Gets past the mark, just like boxing out. Turns around. Russo puts it on him, and that's a big conversion for Temple.
Well, and you had just said it. This is going to put the hurt on USF to now start to use some of their timeouts and preserve clock here. And we'll see if Temple does one of your pet peeves here already, which is don't snap the ball with a lot of time left in the play clock. Take it all the way down. You're looking at Collins right now. He knows it. Play clock, they snap it with 4, and they give it to Armstead. And here comes a timeout from USF. And we'll step aside with Temple 20, USF 17, and even 2 to go in the 4th from Philadelphia. 2 minutes to go in the 4th here today from Philadelphia, Lakin Financial Field. Mike Corey alongside former Buffalo Bills and UMass Hall of Fame running back Rudy Ngolia. Happy to have you with us with a 20-17 lead for Temple. They've scored 20 unanswered points in this second half to lead by 3, and it's a 2nd down and long here.
And I think on this down, you feed it to Armstead once again and force USF to make that, call that 2nd timeout.
Keeper, and Russo goes down, and that should be the next timeout taken by USF, and it is.
Timeout. USF, their 2nd timeout of the half.
Armstead, timeout by USF. And it'll be 4th down. 4th down and 4 now for Temple. USF is out of timeouts. Minute 49 to go. Here comes the punt. Fair catch by McCants. Now they're going to be inside the 10.
Well, simple, right? Blake Barnett has to orchestrate a 91-yard drive. Well, he doesn't have to win it, but really they just got to get him down to try to kick a field goal and send this thing into overtime. But no timeouts. Remember, college football, clock stops after a 1st down, so you can still use the middle of the field.
And the Temple fans that are here in Lincoln Financial Field starting to rise to their feet with 1:44 to go.
And I think they got to get to about the 30 for Weiss to give him a legitimate shot at a field goal.
Blake Barnett's family here today. Has a ton of family in town. His wife Maddie, his son Brooks looking on. Can he make a comeback for the Bulls? No, his arm is hit from behind. The ball is loose. Temple recovering it in the end zone. Dana Levine stripped it, and Chappelle Russell recovers it for the touchdown.
Now replay will look at this to see if that arm was going forward. There is a flag on the play, but it's going to be a celebration flag. And the way Blake Barnett is running off the field, I believe this is going to be a fumble. You can always tell by their reactions. Yeah, clearly, open hand comes forward, Mike. The ball comes out. To me, by that look, this is a fumble and a touchdown for Temple. Great hit by Dana Levine. He's going to get a sack fumble on this play. And Chappelle Russell is going to get a touchdown. You see the hand come forward, but the ball doesn't come with it. It was the hit by Dana Levine that causes that ball to go where it goes. To me, that's a fumble and a touchdown for Temple.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown. Back to the play. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 3, Temple. That's number 3's first unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, Russell took a bow after that, but yeah, maybe after his performance today, somewhat warranted.
Yeah, I don't think Jeff Collins is going to be too mad at that. Obviously, that puts him up by 2 scores. And for all intents and purposes, Temple's going to get the first step of the 2 wins that they need done today.
Will be enforced on the kickoff.
Get right back to the board. And El Diablo's name is on it, too, playing for him today.
Jeff Collins told us after the first takeaway, he goes over to the board and writes El Diablo, so he knows they're thinking of him. It's just great, great stuff.
There it is. Upper left on the board. A lot of great stuff here today. Playing for Kane Ivers-Ostis. Hoping that he gets back to full strength soon. Coach Collins' right-hand man. The defense coming alive, making plays. You called it, Rainey. That's definitely a fumble.
And it's Dana Levine. He beats the left tackle, Eric Mays. I really haven't called Levine's name out that much, but boy, in a big moment, we call it out. Sack fumble. Boy, Shaw Bradley's going to get a little ribbing in film session. He should have picked that up for the touchdown. He kind of bobbles it, but Chappelle Russell says, don't worry, Sean. I'm there. I'll scoop it for the score.
Another scrub kick here. Last time it went off the up man for USF, and Temple was able to recover it. And this time they're going to start at their own 36-yard line. Cronkright in the backfield. Pass, though, from Barnett is caught far sideline by Bronson.
Inbounds, though, Mike. Doesn't get out. This clock's going to keep running. USF out of timeouts.
Second and short. Got to move. Barnett taking a shot. Sideline. Trying to adapt at it. The flags come in. That was Stanley Clairvaux. And was he interfered with? We'll get the call, and this could help the Bulls here. Keep in mind, you get a touchdown and an onside kick, you never know.
Pass interference, defense, number 11, automatic first down.
And that's a chunk play you need to try to make that a reality.
Yeah, but Linwood Crump's going to get called for it, and guess what? That's a good call. I mean, his hands are all over him. But again, I'd rather give up the pass interference in college, the 15 yards, than give the catch up or possibly a big touchdown play. So, you know, just don't get beat over the top if you're Temple.
Remember, even a field goal could help you out here just to get it down to a 1-score game and then go for the onside kick. This catch again by Bronson. Benny Walls shoves him out. The clock will stop. Or no, it does not. 55 and ticking still.
Well, yeah, and a lot of coaches will do that. They'll kick that field goal because, again, you need both of those scores. We'll see what Charlie Strong elects to do here, but you said my clock, a lot of time coming off the clock.
Progress was stopped inbounds, so the clock kept running. Now Barnett, intercepted. Receiver stopped. Intercepted by Linwood Crump, who you just mentioned. And that'll close this one out. His second pick of the season. Doesn't get any easier than that. And Temple's going to win it.
And just a little miscommunication. Blake Barnett throws the long ball. His receiver stopped. Crump, who got called for that pass interference earlier, gets an easy interception. You probably won't get an easier one ever in his career. Just sit back there. I love the fact he takes a knee. Don't run with the ball, possibly fumble it. Just take that knee, and boy, give Jeff Collins all the credit in the world. This team did not look good in the first half. It's like a light switch got flipped in this second half. A much better team, and they're going to get a big win today. And you see the Blake Barnett being consoled, a little upset. And again, he'll be back next week. Big game against UCF. But listen, that's 4 straight losses now for the Bulls, and they're not used to that there in Tampa.
He's a very good quarterback. His family in attendance here today. No, not the outcome that he wanted, but he's still got another year to go, and you'll see more and hear more of this guy for sure. As Temple's going to come away with this win today by 10 points. And El Diablo, Kane Ivers-Ostis, recovering from leukemia. Coach Collins' right-hand man on the sideline, hoping to get back there sometime very soon, as I'm sure they'll dedicate this one to him, as they're going to win it by 10. 27-17. 5 turnovers by USF after they led 17-0, Reedy, and that turned into a lot of points for the Owls, and they win it.
And they did what they needed to do today. Now they got to go on the road next week against UConn, get that win, but they'll sit back and watch Cincinnati UCF tonight.
Fun one here today from Philadelphia. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. 27-17. The final, the Temple Owls knock off the USF Bulls. Both teams now 7-4 in the season. For Reedy and Golia, Mike Corey, so long. Enjoy ESPN Goal Line now before you have Air Force at Wyoming up next.